there's one today that I'm going to talk to you about that to me is really the fastest, easiest way to make money, especially while you're at home. And we're going to give you the tool to do it right at the end of this episode. So I'm going to explain it, tell you the why it's important, and then I'm going to give you the tool that we're using and we just came up with this week for you. And it is a sales funnel. Now I know what you're thinking. I don't want to do a sales funnel. It's sleazy. I've heard all about it. I don't want to do that. Well, let me convince you otherwise. I'm going to show you how this sales funnel, done a specific way that's way simplified. We're not trying to create all these different automations that track somebody's click and then sends them another email or sees where they are on a page. Like, we can do all that stuff as an agency, and we figure out different ways that people are using your product on certain pages in social media. We can do all sorts of things and connect them together, figure out who needs what, put the products in front of people. There's all sorts of ways to do that. I'm not talking about doing that. I'm talking about using something just as simple as your message you're trying to get out there, telling, really the ultimate piece is telling your client's story through the lens of what you offer and getting them on a journey that's simple, it's short, and it's to the point, that allows them to jump on a little funnel and get them engaged with your product much faster, and it works. Over hundreds of thousands of companies are using this exact model. So, okay, well, what is this model? Well, let me show you. Put this up, y'all. Okay, I know you've probably seen a sales funnel chart, right? Some sort of sales funnel, drawing them in. Hey, Gerald. Hey, Aaron. Good to have you guys on. I'm looking down at Facebook here. Okay, so this sales funnel, it's very basic. As you can see, the very tip there is to get people to a sale down the funnel. And we're going to start with just 4 things. That's it. Don't try to think of all different types of marketing pieces. Whatever. We're literally going to do 4 things. It's a one-liner, and we'll explain that. One-liners that get your future clients interested. Then it's a website landing page that intrigue them. Hey, Blake, good to have you on, man. Then it's a lead generator to enlighten them. Then it's email campaigns to build that trust that ultimately leads to the sales. So you've got a one-liner to get your future clients interested, website to get them intrigued, lead generators to enlighten them, and then email campaign to build that trust, and then ultimately lead to a sale to bring them that commitment without being sleazy. I guarantee you, I'm going to show you how to do this without being sleazy. Okay, so we've got this entire model from somewhere. We didn't just come up with this ourselves. We've had to rework it because we can't just present you the exact same thing. Okay, so let's break it down. Step number 1, one-liner. One-liner. We actually put that Mad Lib. We have a process we're going to show you in our deliverable or our free giveaway here at the end that we've kind of made fun of Mad Lib. Like, you just have to follow the steps to put it in, and it helps you create a one-liner. Now, what is a one-liner? Think about it this way. Elevator pitch. Your elevator pitch when someone asks, what do you do? Now, if I'm engaging with someone and I know that I don't want to do business with them and they just don't seem like a good client for me, or I just know specifically we can't actually help them, and they ask, what is it you do? I say, well, I own a marketing advertising agency. Okay, great. Tells me what I do. It is what I do. And they're not that interested at that point, right? They might, out of courtesy or whatnot, ask some more questions just because they're nice, but they're not interested in doing business with me because I haven't piqued their interest. Now, a one-liner elevator pitch that you can use that's very powerful is flipping it and putting it in terms that help them identify with something that you solve. And if I'm with someone and I know they're a specific client that we can help, I say, well, you know, they ask me what I do, and literally I start with this. You know, a lot of companies spend a ton of time and money on marketing that never works. They've tried and tried, and they keep throwing money at marketing that never works. So we've created a marketing framework to show how it works, and you can actually make a return on your investment. So we help people through their marketing strategies, and we have a simple framework that people can follow to actually have their marketing work. And at that point, they know I'm a marketing agency, they know that's what we're trying to help them do, and they're intrigued because they have spent money or whatever that is. So it's coming up with something, a one-liner. Well, how do you do that? How do you come up with a one-liner? Well, I'm going to show you that. Once they have that, then they're intrigued and they're ready to take that next step. So you give them where to go. And that next step is your, where is it? Website. So we want to create a wireframed website. Why do we want to do that? What's up, Bobby Losell? Hey, babe, my wife's on So why do we want to do that? What about the wireframe website? How do we make that effective, and why is that a part of the funnel? Well, let me tell you. Your website's the number one thing people are going to go to if they're wanting to find any information about you, right? So we've got to make sure it's effective. And there's a specific methodology, and there's a structure, and there's all sorts of them out there. But there's a simplified structure that's easy for you to do yourself, that you can walk them down from header down to footer on ways that you put it in certain words, very simplified, certain statements, certain buttons, certain images that draw them in down this funnel to wireframe out a website that actually is effective. And that's our goal. We create websites that are effective. And there's a lot of tips and things that you can do out there. Actually, if you go up to episode 1, I know I'm pumping all of our episodes. Again, let's get quirky.live. You go there, it'll take us to our YouTube page with all these episodes. You go back to episode 1, we start off with the tips, the grunt test for your website, 3 simple tips you can do. We even break down a website live on that episode and shows you even more so how to simplify and make your website effective. So you have your one-liner that draws them into a website, and that website draws them into what is next, and that is your lead generator. I'm like, okay, lead generator, yep. You've probably seen a ton of resources out there, downloads, PDFs, maybe it's a membership, maybe it is a video or a series or a course, whatever that is. It's a lead generator that you're trying to create a piece of information that is helpful to your clients. Now think about this. When someone goes to your website, and there's some strong pieces you can do on your website that are calls to actions, all sorts of things that we can break down and explain in more detail, which we do in the free resource I'm going to tell you about here really shortly. When you go through that funnel and you go to the website and they're not ready today to do business with you or get that product, whatever it is, you don't want to lose that person, right? At that point, they might get off the website because, well, maybe one day, but we're not sure, or maybe no. But the resource that you want to use is a lead generator, because that way it's a transitional piece that allows people to get something for free today that they might not have gotten, or a helpful tip, or things to avoid. We like to use words like that. It's a resource that people will download and you give to them. And guess what? To get it, you got to give some real estate. You got to give your email. And I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm giving my email. I'm always getting junk, spam, all sorts of emails from clients all day long. Yes, you're right. You're right, because it's still the most powerful tool to make money. So people are going to use it. It's still the most powerful tool. So you have that lead generator. Now there's all sorts of ways to build a lead generator, and we'll give you ideas and stuff like that on the resource we're going to tell you about here shortly. But that lead generator gets their email. And once you have their email, then you get into an email sequence. Email sequence. It is the strongest tool you have to making money. And I know some of you are thinking, I don't want to bombard somebody with emails. I get my own. I don't want to frustrate anyone. Well, you're not frustrating anyone because it's their choice, one, to get into it. They know what they're doing. They're not stupid. This is all around. Give me your name and email and you get this resource. Once they start getting emails from you, if they don't want to get emails from you, they can unsubscribe. And that's okay. Their choice. You're not actually bombarding anybody, and it's not overwhelming. They can unsubscribe. So think about it that way. Emails is still the number one way to make money. You can add all the social media accounts combined on money, and email still wins. Why? Well, what's the number one thing that holds all of your social media accounts and your online shopping and your business communication all together? Your email.